Alrighty guys, good to have you back on another video of NieR Reincarnation, and today I'm happy to present you my first SSS10 score for Season 4 in Subjugation, and like Season 3, I started off with my water team against the fire moose. So let's have a look at my wave 1 here. So it consists out of Crow, Celeb Gale and Celeb Re. Crow here is built as a DPS, basically with a Courtly Devotion as a main hand. Really helps getting up the attack up in wave 1, as well as the NieR Re buff that helps quite a lot during knockdown, dealing a lot of damage. Then Crow has his own signature weapon as a sub weapon with that insane 30% bolt vigor and very high attack stats, and Marie's EX weapon as another sub weapon that allows me basically to have a half crit damage set. As you can see, he's rocking at 242%. That is actually very nice. The companion here is the 30% attack up one. That is usually recommended for wave 1. Having attack up. Then we have Celeb Gale here. She is basically a support unit here, although she actually is a DPS most of the time, but in this case here she is actually a support unit. She has the Thunder Flash lance, that is from Fractured Argo, with a nice pursuit, and more importantly here the defense down on skill 1. It is not maxed, but yeah, it doesn't have to be. Then I have EX Fuse sub-weapon, Celeb Marie's weapon as another sub-weapon, again half crit damage set, and then we have the new companion here from the Sinuelos collaboration, which increases our attack by 40%, but the enemy's attack by 40% as well. But it doesn't really matter because we use this companion right before we enter knockdown, so the attack up on the enemy is not that important. And then we have Yuri here with Christmas Griff main hand weapon. I chose the main hand weapon for Celeb Yuri here because I wanted to try her out dealing a double character skill during knockdown, and the weapon from Griff is awesome for that. I need EX Yuri's gun for wave 3 because it has actually a little bit more damage, but EX Griff's weapon is awesome. Both abilities here, they are very powerful. Liquid Boon 30% and Bolt Vigor 20% when she's above 70% HP. And then the sub weapon is 2 EX weapons because I have to actually get the cooldown ready again. The second skill has a 23-second cooldown, and I had to use 2 haste weapons in order to get that ready again. Then we have another attack up companion, which also basically gives us more damage from water weapons, and yeah, 3 crit rate main stat memoirs, but she's still over 222%, which of course is due to the fact that Crow actually has the nice assault ability. Yeah, and he's built as a DPS unit because that 50% bolt vigor is actually insane. So that is my team for wave 1, and let's jump into the gameplay. So the things we have to consider here in this wave is actually we don't want hits on Crow at all, okay, because Crow is built as a damage dealing unit that has to stay at 100% HP, and we need a good amount of auto attacks here from Yuri. So as you can see, the second weapon skill of the gun from Yuri just got ready after her auto attack was finished, so that allowed us to skip basically the next auto attack from the moose and yeah, take the hit there from the big AoE attack. So now we start off with the 40% attack up companion, followed by the NieR Re buff. the character skill of Gale, of course, then the NieR buff. And then I made a mistake here. Actually, I wanted to have a big combo now, and I messed up my timing there, and I thought, okay, everything is over now. Fortunately, we got the hit on Gale. She's built as a support unit, so we don't really need her damage during knockdown. She's there for the defense down. So now we hit Crow's character skill. That is 7 million per hit. Then we have Yuri, almost 10 million per hit. And the second weapon skill also inside knockdown with the Bold Vigor effect. So now we need a little bit RNG on the auto attacks from Yuri. And we have to use the second companion skill inside knockdown as well to get her character skill ready again. And fortunately we did get it in time here, and that was a nice 5.4 million per hit again at the end of knockdown. Then we hit Crow's attack up on the Coply Devotion to keep the attack up stat intact, as well as the NieR buff that lasts for 60 seconds. The wave is under 60 seconds long, so we can't lose anything there. And then, yeah, after the buff here from the Moose, we had to go for the combo, basically. Yuri wasn't ready, her character skill wasn't ready, so that is 5 short from the maximum combo I was able to deal inside of wave 1. That is actually 20% less of a combo bonus that we get at the end of the fight, but it was somewhat offset due to the fact that we actually dealt a lot of damage during knockdown. So 146 million for wave 1 is actually pretty good. And then we go to Loadout for wave 2. Okay, so wave 2 is a little bit different compared to season 3, where I used Fractured Argo and Celeb Marie instead of Abstract Theo and Christmas Griff, because of the seasonal buff for Marie that was actually insane. And now Griff has the buff, so might as well use him. And yeah, he's Awakened 5, so that is another benefit to have him. Theo here is rocking a Quarterly Devotion, completely maxed. That actually helps with overlapping the NieR buff. That is actually pretty nice. Then we have the other Sinuelos companion here with the 40% defense down. That really helps because we don't have any other sources of defense down in the team here. And 2 haste weapons, of course, for Theo to speed up the cooldowns on the Quarterly Devotion. We have the free crit main stat memoirs here. As you can see, I'm over 100% crit rate, and yeah, I could use half a set of like attack, the Berserker set, or the crit damage set. I actually forgot to use that. I had Fox instead of Abstract Theo before, but Fox had a little bit weird animation when he uses his character skill, and that took like 1 or 2 seconds away, and 1 or 2 seconds is actually a lot when you want to overlap NieR buffs, so Abstract Theo is better for this job. Then we have Griff here with the EX Sario staff, still one of the best DPS weapons in the game for water because of the Bold Vigor. 30% is actually insane, although it doesn't have that much of an attack, but yeah, staffs have the lowest animation time along with guns, so that actually helps during knockdown, getting more skills in and more auto attacks a lot faster. Then I have another Yuletide Griff signature weapon as a sub weapon because, again, 30% boon, 20% Bold Vigor is insane. And then we have Adamant Abandonment, and this is a 2-hand, the equivalent to Crow's Sword, basically, with the same 30% Bold Vigor. And the Debris, yes, of course, I wailed, quote-unquote, with my free-to-play gems really hard to get this Of course, I'll use it on Griff here, and he is actually capable of doing a lot of damage, as you can see when we go into the gameplay part. The companion here seems random, but it's actually the companion with the highest attack stat, and since I don't need any more buffs, I might as well use that to increase his attack even further. And then the last unit here is Yuletide Akeha. She will be used in any of my teams because she's so good, okay? Her character skill really is awesome. 15% attack up for 60 seconds and an NieR Re buff for 60 seconds as well. Totally insane. She has the Subjugation Spear because 30% more damage buff from the skill 1 is actually pretty good. And you can enter a provoke state with this Subjugation Spear, and it's actually really important as I want to protect my Griff here. He mustn't get hit. And Akeha is pumped up with a lot of HP with the EX staffs. And then she has a full set of AoE attack up memoirs that really helps me in getting to a stack of 10, so 100% attack up on my characters. And then we have the Demon Jack Frost. Has a nice water support, 20% more damage. So that actually helps. Yep, there's my team for Wave 2. Let's go into the gameplay. The requirements for Wave 2 is, again, Griff mustn't get hit at all. He has to stay at 100% HP in order to benefit from the Bold Vigor of Ixario's staff. So we need a little bit of RNG there with the auto attack. But we have the provoke weapon, the Subjugation Spear, and we use that to massive extent there to protect Griff at all costs. You know, the enemy skill there hits Akeha, and that actually helps with getting her character skill ready as well. So we need 2 more auto attacks here, and then we start off doing a little bit of damage, and then we wait for the next Moose auto attack. So we're now already over 50% knockdown meter, and this will hit Akeha. And then I used the NieR Re buff from the Courtly Devotion of Abstract Theo, Akeha's character skill, and then the provoke weapon skill again to mitigate the amount of RNG. So Akeha gets targeted again, and after the Moose buff you see on the top left corner, we're actually able to start off doing the second skill cycle and enter knockdown. We activate the defense down companion, so that is a 10 stack of defense down. We benefit from the self debuff of the Moose. We activate the boon buff of the spear, and we enter knockdown with the character skill of Theo. Then we use Griff's character skill, caps out at 10.8 million, and both weapon skills cap out as well. This is actually insane. And then we have an auto attack of 8.2 million. Yeah, that goes to show what Bold Vigor debris really is about. And yeah, of course, as well, he has a 50% attack buff for season 4 in Subjugation. We used the spear again to give us a little bit more damage from the boon, and yeah, as you can see, we get both weapon skills in the character skill and are already above 500 million. So we see the damage numbers of Griff at the end there, but I don't have to make a secret out of him being a very good unit for this season in water teams for Subjugation. So let's jump into Wave 3. And now on to Wave 3, my masterpiece in this clear actually. I used the strategy before, like in Season 3, but I didn't really explain it, so I think a lot of people glimpsed over it. but I'm going into detail for this one. And then I used a variation from JP Bear actually. He used EX06RY in Wave 2 for his water clear as a support unit because of his insane character skill, and used this in Wave 3 here actually. So let's go into the loadout. The first thing here is Fractured Argo. He has a very good character skill that inflicts a crush debuff on the enemy, 40% more damage from water for 30 seconds. That's actually pretty good. Then we have another Courtly Devotion. This is not maxed, so there's a bit room for improvement here. He's going with a defense down, bear 25% for 60 seconds, has free crit main stat memoirs to go to 100%, almost 200% crit damage. Then we have Joker. He's the DPS unit in this wave with EX Yuri's gun, and then EX Lars sword as sub-weapon, EX Aki has great sword as sub-weapon. This is a pure stat stick, over 4000 attack, even with a non-preferred type weapon, is actually insane. And I needed both haste weapons to get the skills ready again for basically doing 4 weapon skills inside knockdown along with 2 character skills of Crow. He's also having a defense down companion and half a set of crit damage, so that looks actually pretty good. And then we have 06Y here with another Courtly Devotion. This is completely maxed, and as EX weapon as a sub, and then Aloof Pit here. This is pretty good, has up to 40% more damage when he's at low HP. Don't mind the Void Boon here, it's actually only because of the Caged Vigor. This weapon inflicts a lot of damage for the enemies. And then we have the Ice Water support here, the companion. So the strategy here is we have to pay attention to 2 things basically. We have to get 06Y as low as possible. So when I say as low as possible, I mean he has to be below 20% HP. Okay, then he dishes out 2000% damage, and we use that inside of knockdown to actually deal a lot of damage from him, even though he's built as a support unit. And then you might as well notice that we don't have any attack up companion here, but we do have 2 attack up weapons with 2 Courtly Devotions. So the strategy here is basically to dink and dunk between those 2 weapons to always keep up the attack up buff, which is actually quite hard, but I figured out a way which is possible. And then also we need some RNG to get 06Y below 20% HP, but after a couple of resets we made that work actually. So let's enjoy wave 3. Like I said, the requirements here are basically to have a decent amount of RNG. We have to get 06Y below 20% HP in order to have his character skill doing max damage. And then we have to get Crow under 50% because he has a built-in Caged Vigor effect on his character skill as well. And on top of this, we also have to dink and dunk between the Courtly Devotions. So let's see how I figured this out. First, we start off with the 4 weapon skills there. We like to end up on 1 Courtly Devotion. So as you can see, we activate that with 1 minute and 25 seconds. So we have to activate the next Courtly Devotion before it shows 0 minutes and 55 seconds. So keep that in mind. We have 3 auto attacks there, and after this hit here we activate another Courtly Devotion weapon skill, so we made that in time. Activate a defense down companion to keep the stack that is self-inflicted by the moose there, and dealing a little bit more damage with Crow 1 weapon skill, and activate both eye rebuffs there. So yeah, we have to dink and dunk, like I said. Now we activate another attack up stack. We're already capped at 10, and we got the final hit on 06Y that we needed. So now it was a question of don't hit 06Y again, and fortunately it hit Argo there. We got the attack up stack. Now we activate both RE buffs, another defense down companion to keep the stack alive throughout knockdown, and we end the knockdown with Fractured Argo's character skill, inflicting the crush debuff. Now we cap with the character skill of Joker. Both weapon skills deal awesome damage because of the overlay of the RE buffs, and there we go, 5 times damage cap from 06Y. Most importantly here, we immediately activated the attack up skill from his Courtly Devotion staff to keep the stack alive for the whole duration of the knockdown. And once the weapon skills of Joker are ready again, we activate those, and we end up with his character skill capping 4 more times, dealing just around 800 million total damage, which is insane. We activate all the weapon skills and companion we have left in order to prevent any more hits from the moose to keep our survival bonus. And there you have it. Okay, that was my first Triple S clear in Season 4 of Subjugation. And boy oh boy, there was a lot of damage. I was actually quite impressed by the numbers I put out here. We have a final score of 86 million. And when we go into the battle report, we can actually see that Yuri's rocking at 110 million damage. Very good. Griff is over 350 million damage, which is totally insane, or totally mind-blowing. And Wave 3 worked out very good in the end. Joker almost 200 million, and 06Y with a support weapon at 76 million. Very good, thanks to JP Bear once again for this idea with 06Y as a support, dealing a lot of damage. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, stay safe, have a nice rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!